You know what time it is. It's time for Hot Topics Talk Radio TV. Hosted by Toni Breedlove and Yvonne Baker. Hot Topics, girl, that rock.
I still can't hear anything.
Serious?
Serious. I was dancing to my own music over here. It was the same thing last week. I couldn't hear the music.
Oh my God. Wonder why.
I don't know. We got to figure out why it's not doing it. Why it's not coming.
Yeah. Because you're missing out. I be rocking out over here. Loving it.
I know. That's the bobbing and going on. And I got to dance. I got to bob to my own music around here.
Well, thanks to Mr. Devon Patrick, who makes sure that we have a good intro. And, making sure that the graphics are all together. So you got to check out Truth Brothers TV with Devon Patrick and Ray Gage on tomorrow night, Thursday nights. But let's get into tonight's show. Oh, shit, that's the wrong banner.
I was going to say, who's the special guest? You didn't tell me about that.
What the hell happened to the banner?
I don't know. I'm not.
Oh, that's not good.
I don't know. I'm not on that end.
Oh, I know what I did. Yvonne, you got to watch me, okay? Because this is what happens when we age.
I can barely see you. How am I watch you?
All right. So we're going to get into tonight's topic, which is...
There it is. That's it.
Why did you lose interest in your partner? You want to know the truth or part of the truth or made up truth?
Look, we want to know the whole thing, not just some.
Should I talk about my last one?
Yeah, we can start with your last one and work. Well, wait a minute. That might take up the whole.
Before we get into it, let's go ahead and say our hellos. Hey, Yvonne. I was just talking about you. What's up, Jacqueline? Mr. Norman, Liverpool. So I've been watching and following Norman through this incredible journey, that he has been on. And he's always been one to talk about things that are the truth, right? In whether it's just the regular heterosexual community or whether it is in the LGBTQ community, right? I love Norman. I had an opportunity of meeting him, I think probably maybe about 4 years ago. This brother right here is fly. He dresses fly all the time.
I'm see that on his picture. And I've actually looked at some of his posts or the post, yeah. And he's
fly.
Oh yeah.
He's fly. So big hugs to my dude Norman. He has actually written a book, and I did the promo right before the show, and he has invited me. Are you going to be here? Norman, you got to send the dates. He's having his book launch. So he's extended the invitation, and yes, I know I'll be there. I'm hoping Yvonne will still be here in Las Vegas when that happens. But yes, I will be there in full support gear. Okay, I really will. I love you to life. I love you to life.
I'll be there. Still here in Vegas. I will be there too.
I'm hoping you will be.
Hey,
Miss
Sherman.
Hooter, good to see you, my dear love. And Miss Stephanie, what's going on? How you doing? Uh, so Devon saw that mistake I put up on the banner.
Okay, bring him on. Bring him on.
Chris!
Hey, Chris.
I know, I love him. I miss him.
I do too.
So I talked to Chris last night, and you know he's just such a good cat, you know, and I miss him. I miss him. I miss his banter, you know, like
Yeah, I don't have
the
anybody
way
to
he talks shit.
argue.
But I miss him. He did say that, you know, periodically he'll pop in on us, you know, and come in on the show every now and then. But he's got huge things going on. I thought my plate was full. He's got a plate that is just overflowing, just overflowing. So hopefully, you know, soon he'll be able to come in and pop in and sit in with us. Let's see. Miss you too. So tonight, life is crazy, but
Okay.
yeah, it is. It surely is. So tonight, why did you lose interest in your partner? First of all, I want to know. You know, I'm always gonna ask, why this? Why this topic? Are you trying to find out some shit from me?
Who, me? I got my own shit to deal with. Okay.
Maybe it wasn't something we talked to each other about.
I can't handle yours and mine.
So what is it? What stemmed this topic?
You know what had happened was,
Oh boy.
it just seems like I just go from one person to another. And I'm all in the beginning, but then after a few shit, a few days, it's like, oh no, I can't deal with this.
Couple hours.
You know, it's like he's always not he, but they are. It's always that something. But you know what? I found out. So about a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, my old love, my heartthrob, I went to see him, and he was uh, he was. I took a good look at him.
Oh boy.
I took a good look. I mean, you know, he's nice. He's still, you know, but I'm like, why? What was it? What did I see in him?
Hey Teresa.
Hey, Teresa. And I don't know. It was like, I just, oh, okay. Let me see if I can do this. Hold on, y'all.
See, you know what? Yvonne tries to speak in a sexy tone. And what that does is it eliminates the volume. Okay. I think Kennedy is starting to talk like that too. She talks sexy at 2. Yeah. Wow. Oh my God.
So can y'all hear me better now?
I think so. Let's see. Chris says you sound like you have a stopwatch on them.
Oh.
You wait for them to mess up and then you click the stopwatch.
No, I really don't, Chris. It's like, you know, it's there's no stopwatch. I really want to get into the relationship, and I'm not going to change me just to be in a relationship. But then when I'm with them, they're either, let's see, there was one that was too needy. I can't stand a needy man. That's a big turn off. There's one that had no, there wasn't an affectionate bone in his body. And it was like, I'm trying to be affectionate. You know, I am a touchy-feely person.
All right.
And when I'm with my man, I want I want to touch. I want to caress. I want to pinch his buttocks. And, you know, it's, yeah, no.
Bruh.
Yeah. But, you know, so, and I need that. I need that. I need him to want to, you know, touch me. So, and it's not, I'm not, you know, trying to be like, you know, out in public. I don't want to be vulgar or, you know, but.
He might like that.
Huh? I'm talking as loud as I can. My mic is up as loud. Y'all turn your volume up.
Pump up the volume, pump up the volume.
So, and the last guy I was with, he was just needy. He was needy. He was cheap. Can't stand a cheap man. I've had them, all of them. So yeah, I mean, I don't think y'all want me to go into detail, but you know.
So, okay, with all of that being said, go back to you saw your heart throb. That's what I was waiting to hear.
Okay, so I went and I went to LA, and you know, he was my first stop because you know I hadn't seen him in a long time. We were friends, so it's, you know, so when I got there, he was on the phone, and
Hang on, Yvonne and Nick, we're gonna get back to your comments because I want to hear this part.
so he was on the phone, and you know, his occupation is not, he's blue collar.
Okay.
And so I'm standing there and I'm looking. And saying I've developed this thing about people with clean nails. I don't like a man with dirty nails.
Right.
His nails was dirty. He was scruffy looking. He had this beard that was just
There.
yeah. So I'm looking, I'm like, you fell in love with this? And I'm not trying to be, you know, all uppity or anything, because I still have feelings for him. And if we were ever to get together,
would you get together?
no.
Well, then you can't say if you were ever to get together.
Well, you know what? You can't ever say what will never happen.
I can.
You don't know what God got in store for you, girl.
Like I said,
You don't know what God got in store for you.
God might have a whole lot of different things in store for me, but I think God knows me. And in order for me to not embarrass someone or say the wrong thing, he's going to send me the right one. Because the wrong one, it's going to be trouble.
You know what? Both our asses are single today.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
But no, it was just, I just could not.
Which auntie, Nick? Which? Probably Yvonne. She over there drinking.
But I couldn't see myself. I couldn't see. I don't know. I couldn't see why. I was attracted to this man. Maybe I was on a rebound. I don't know.
I don't know, because Chris is asking the question, and well, I'm going to go back. Let me come back to your question, your comment, Chris. I want to go back to Yvonne and Nick, because when we were talking about needy, you were talking about needy. You were, saying you don't want this needy man. Well, Yvonne wants you to define
Okay.
needy.
So needy is, okay. So this one guy I was dating, he was always sick. My back hurt. This hurt. Can you do this? Can you do that? And normally if you ask someone to pick you, if you're coming over there, I don't mind buying, something and taking it to the person, but at least offer to repay me. And so there was, when I got there, I mean, he's laying up in the bed. He's, he's so ill, and it's always, well, you know what? I need to get back to work, but he won't go back to work because he's got back issues, and he's never got money. And I'm not making that the topic of,
because he ain't going to work.
Because he's not going to work. He's on Social Security disability. So, I mean, and there's no, he has no drive to do anything but sit there and complain about what he don't have. And it just started getting on my back, but on my nerve. But see, my thing is, if you got a bad back, if your back is hurting you bad, how are you gonna get up there and perform?
Oh my God. So what was it that made you lose interest? Was it because his lack of performance, or was it because he was always complaining?
Was fun. He didn't lack in that. He lacked, well, not all the way, but it was he lacked in being able to. I mean, the only place that we went to was his house. There was no, and I know the pandemic is around and all this stuff, but hell, if he's going out to see his buddies playing, to watch a game, what's wrong with asking me if I want to go?
Yeah.
If he's
well, but wait a minute though, Yvonne, because some dudes, that's their away time, where they hang out with the fellas. I get that. Because a lot of times, if I was with someone, when I was seeing someone, if like take for instance, I don't want to mention names. So he was heavily into every kind of sport you could imagine, but football was the sport where I knew I had to be ghost. Okay.
Okay, I can.
But it's not that I had to be. I just didn't want to. He deserved his time to be with his guy friends.
And you know what? And I can appreciate that. But when but I think what I'm meaning is, if you can go hang out with your friends away from home, why can't you hang out with me away from home? I'm leaving one place that's solitude. He knows all about my situation, and going to another one where we're just sitting there and damn, talk about drinking. This man can drink 2 bottles by himself.
Ooh. So, yeah. That's a problem.
You're right, Nick.
You need an insurance. You need an insurance on it.
But you know what? Because of his bad back.
But Chris said earlier, I'm going to go to everybody's comments. Just hang in there with me, okay? Because we're trying to get through it. But Chris made the comment, and he said, it's hard to believe you can fall in love with someone or somebody and not see the flaws from the beginning.
Love
what were you blinded by?
Love is blind. Because he treated me
Shit.
like us. Huh?
Shit.
Yes, it is. It is.
No. No.
So when we first met, he treated me like I was his queen. There was nothing this man would not do for me, with me. And, you know, where he was, I was. So, I mean, there was, you know, I felt like he was my protector, my provider. If there was anything I needed, all I had to do was just ask. And if he had, I got. So, you know, I kind of looked past. I mean, I saw, but I kind of looked past that because of the profession that he is in. So I didn't, you know, see, women have this thing where we all think that we can bring a man upwards. You know, we see the flaws and we don't see them because we think we can beautify them.
Shit.
Seriously.
I don't think that way.
Well, see, that's you, Toni.
Because look, let me say this. And the only reason why I'm like buffing this right now is because when you get to our age, all right, if a brother doesn't have his shit together and if he's not doing what he's supposed to do at this age, there is no changing. There is no changing.
When I first met him, he as far as his, I mean, he had, see, I don't want to put too much into it because, okay, so he's a truck driver. He's an owner operator. The brother made money. He had money. He had, you know, he had material things, so to speak. So when, and I mean by the line of work he's in, when this man worked from sun up to sundown, pretty much. And the only time we were together really was on the weekend. I drove trucks at that time too. So when I come home, he done cleaned himself up. So it wasn't until later on, I don't know, I'm getting too deep off into this. But, you know, until later on, you know, it was just that what I saw a couple of weeks ago was, is this really the man that I fell in love with? So yeah.
Nick, Nick, you're gonna be on punishment. You're gonna be on punishment.
You know what? Not
truck drivers are hoes.
Call yourself a whole name.
Hey, Stephanie, this is my sister. I'm actually trying to share the show to the page, to my, what do you call it?
Watch party.
What do you call it? I don't know. Well, they're taking away the watch party. So you can't even share that anymore. Stephanie, stop. She said bus drivers are hoes too.
Not all of them are hoes either. I mean, I was a bus driver. I'm not a hoe.
Right? I hire bus drivers hoping that they're not hoes. Okay.
I mean, there are a lot that are, but I wasn't one of them. I can only speak for myself though. But I mean, I was a truck. You know what? Truck drivers and bus drivers are hoes, come to think of.
What, you just had an epiphany?
Yeah, I thought about it.
Oh my God. Oh, stop it, Nick.
Oh, you are, huh?
Oh, I thought you were saying, I was going to say one what? A bus driver or a hoe?
Not to be a hoe. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh my God. But I just, getting back to, you know, a lot of women, you say, trying to fix up a guy and all of that. I'm at an age now, I don't want to fix shit. You better come ready.
That's why I don't pursue it anymore. I see it, I notice it, I'm out. Back in maybe 10, 20 years ago, yeah, I did think that. But now it's like, man, please, bye.
Yeah, I can't. I can't. I can't. I cannot. I can't. I'm to that point where this age, hell no, I ain't selling for shit. I'm not. And it used to be where I would say that when I was in my 20s and 30s and 40s. I'm still saying it now at 60. And people used to think that I was crazy. But no, I don't think that, if I'm doing all I can to be prosperous for myself and I'm keeping up with myself, why do I need a fixer-upper? Because when you buy a fixer-upper house, right? So what do? Fix him up and now he's going to walk.
That's what I was just going to say. If you can find a house, buy a fixer-upper house, that house is dilapidated. It has all kind of ill repair on it. So you go in and you invest in that house, you build it up to what you like, and it becomes a diamond in the rough.
I ain't doing it.
Well,
I'm just not doing it.
Sound good to me.
Oh my God. So let's see. I missed Jacqueline's comment. She said, so true. Stephanie Wilson, hell, I already put that up. Okay, so this is what the problem is going to be tonight. Just letting you know. Stephanie says, LOL. Yes, you've always stood on that. I have. I'm not going to fix somebody up and then they treat me like shit. I'm not going to do it. My thing is, as we kind of like meld that into the topic, is that you can only do so much for a person, but you can only do that as long as they're doing for themselves. If they don't have a need, if they feel like, okay, well, you know what, I've been working all day and I'm blue collar and you're still not going, and you're going to go home to your woman or even meet up with your woman and you're not going to take all of the care of fixing yourself up for her enjoyment so you can enjoy her too, then what the hell are we doing here? And if you're spending all your time trying to I call it be pretty, and you're doing all these things to try yourself up, and this guy is like, bottom of the barrel, why would you spend time doing that? Because he doesn't give a shit about himself.
Okay, so let me clarify. I didn't say that he didn't fix himself up. I just said he was
okay
so him lately. Because we didn't see each other until the weekend. When I was on the road and he was off, then that's when we saw each other. Yes, he did get himself cleaned up when we saw it. When we see each other. So that wasn't the issue then, but just looking at him a couple of weeks ago, I kept because he knew I was coming by. And it was like he didn't,
Oh, he knew that you were coming by, but he didn't fix up.
He didn't attempt to fix up. But you know what? You have to think about one thing. Everybody's different, Toni. You have people that are I want to say looking for love, something that they've never had. So sometimes women and men are a little bit more acceptable than people that have had that love in home. Some people didn't have, and then I'm going on a little serious note here, guys. But you have some people that has never had that loving family bond at home. So once they're an adult, they're out there looking for that loving bond with somebody. So we have low self-esteem where we're accepting in a lot of cases. And sometimes it takes us a little longer than others to come to the conclusion that we are not going to accept less than. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Hey, Alexis, what's going on, Miss Yvonne Patrick? So she says men and women get comfortable, and with comfort comes the feeling of complacency. And that's a quick way to lose interest. You know what, I have to agree, but you know what's weird? Because as she says that, thank you, Miss Alexis. As she says that, I'm just, I think I've only gotten to a point where I had let my guard down with makeup and hair a couple of times. With the last, and I don't know why that was, but I guess it was to a point I just didn't give a shit. Because I get that way too. And then with someone that I was with for a number of years, but I just, hell, I'll sleep in my eyelashes. That's just me. It's just me. I can't help that. But what made you lose interest in that person?
What made me lose interest in it?
Mm-hmm.
You froze. I didn't catch the question.
Oh, what made you lose interest in that person?
Because I figured out that I would be settling for someone that really didn't care about himself, and it was just something that my eyes I would be if we were ever, and I'm sitting there and looking and I'm thinking, and it was like if we were ever to get back together or he asked me about getting back together, I would have to turn him down because I couldn't and then there was some other things that he had said too. So yeah, I couldn't, and it's not good to go backwards anyway.
Yeah. Do you find that it's not so much as the person and how they might either take care of themselves or take care of home or things like that? Do you think it could be also that you guys are right on it? Hang on. Could it be that like Alexis had mentioned in her comment, the complacency that a person can start to talk to you in any kind of way, and you're wondering where the hell did that come from? And you start to lose interest because of, verbal
I could
communication.
never, no way in the world. My husband, when we first got married, I burned the spaghetti because I didn't know how to cook. So, plus we had some cheap pots. So I burned the spaghetti. He came home and I don't know if he was drunk or if I don't know what he was, but he lit into me and he hauled off and hit me. And I was on him like, why don't? And I told him, if you ever hit me again, I will put your ass under the ground. He never hit me again.
That is unacceptable. That's unacceptable.
Mm-mm.
That right there. That's completely
I couldn't.
unacceptable.
I couldn't. No, I had one other relationship that was starting to. Um, it appeared to be getting physical, and I said, no, I gotta go. I don't. I
Hmm.
don't. There's one thing I don't do. I don't call. I don't call a man out of his name, and I expect the same for him. And
Hmm.
when he started calling me out of my name, and I could see the anger in his eyes, I'm like, oops, time for me to exit left. Right?
Wow.
Backwards, whichever.
Wow.
It was time to go.
Mm-mm. Cannot. I will not. I will not.
No.
And a lot of times, you can see that in the person, um, and see if that's the kind of person you're with. I just pay a lot of attention because the moment that a man decides to raise his hand to me and strike me, he'll wake up dead. He'll wake up at the pearly gates because I'm gonna try my best to wear his ass out. I mean that. I truly, truly mean that. I have over the years, and you've been around for over the years too. We've had shows where women, would stay for certain reasons, and still get their asses whipped. Even hearing stories on women who were, stabbed in the streets many times in front of their children. It should never get to that point, but some people do it. You should have lost interest a long time ago. Long time ago. Let's see. Hell no, I told Tina he wouldn't hit her, and you see what happened.
That was Ike and Tina.
Let's see. Let's see what Miss Jacqueline got to say. She says depends on their mentality, Chris. Some people have a death mentality. I need to be around life people. You can help them if they see a need for help. Good answer. You know what? Y'all having y'all's own little conversation in here, and I'm not gonna be putting that up. Hey, let's see. Then Chris comes back and says, you'll hear a man hits a woman, but we never hear the other side if she hits him as well.
Oh, I'm aware of that.
Well, yeah, but I'm not going to go and just pick on somebody. I'm not a bully. I'm not going to hit anybody just to be hitting them because I can't get away. I throw tantrums, but I ain't going to hit you. But yeah, you never hear the side of a woman who has been hitting on a man, and he'll never tell. But let's get back to this, why we lose interest. So could it be as simple as, because I know people can be real petty, and I'm not that petty, where they say, well, you know what? He kept leaving the seat up and I kept falling in and not. And they lose interest because they feel like the man doesn't give it. He doesn't care enough to put the seat down. Is that enough to end your relationship?
I think that's just being petty there. I mean, instead of going in your ass on the seat, look. Because it is so hard. And I don't know why, but it is so hard for a man to let just you're standing there anyway. You got long arms. Just drop the seat back down and go on back where you're going to. But I mean,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
much.
So what happens when you lose interest because of sex?
Oh yeah, I can't. No, I can't do it. If the sex ain't there, then we ain't there.
But isn't a relationship or marriage supposed to be more than sex? I mean, it's
Sex
a big part.
is a huge part of a relationship, and it doesn't matter. That's why you try the merchandise out before you get involved. And um, if he's not, because you have some men that are so selfish, all they want to do is be satisfied, and the hell with what you know. It's like, well, I got mine, you didn't get yours. No, that's being selfish. And if he's selfish that way, he's going to be selfish in other ways too.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be with a man
Mm-hmm.
with that's that selfish. No.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest. This is
Please do.
this is my honesty moment. So that was part of the reason. It was part of the reason why it made it so much easier for me to let go of my last relationship. It was easy. Normally, you know, I kind of like sit back, you know, and think, well, dang, you know, was it me? What could I have done that could have caused certain things? You know, this last one, I was like, shit, kids. I know that sounds bad,
No,
but
it don't really. Well,
it doesn't.
I know the circumstances, so it didn't sound bad. So
Because I don't want to tell everybody what it was. Well, you know, I'm open, but I don't want to, huh?
you don't need to be that open.
No. Yeah, but and then I was, you know, trying to be accommodating and all of that, but it just, you know, so when the person seemed to have this attitude, I'm like, well, I was done. I was so done, you know, but that's the way it goes. I lost interest. I was trying to keep the interest there.
You were trying to keep the interest there because you had finally found somebody that you could relate to. But then once it came down to the sex part and another part, I mean, that's reason enough to lose interest. Why are you going to try and keep
Yeah, I guess. No, and girl, that wasn't shit. That couldn't even be on life support. So you couldn't put it on life support. So it's like clear.
You know, I had this one guy. Now y'all tell me if I'm wrong. So I was
All right.
one guy, and I mean I was into this guy. He was my cup of tea, and I mean it was there was really I mean there was hugging, a little bit of hugging, but there was never anything really intimate. So this one particular night, now we had been seeing each other for about 3 weeks and nothing had happened. Not even a long French kiss. So so this one particular night I said, this man, he's gonna do it or die. So I had made up my mind. So we had agreed to we went to a party and he had introduced me to his family. I met his family. That was in the area and everything. So I said, so after the party, we were supposed to go to a spot. And all of a sudden, on our way there, he calls me. He says, because we were in separate cars. So he calls me and he says, you know, I have a relative that just came in town and I've got to go and see her because I don't know how long she's gonna be here. And I'm like, dude, it's 12 o'clock at night. What you gonna go and send this woman is probably tired. She wants to go to bed. Well, my brother said that she may not be here that long and yada, yada, yada. He said, you want to go with me? I said, yeah, I'll go with you. So we were supposed to meet up and I would get in his truck. So he said, well, I'll be there in a minute. I had to stop by my house to get, to grab something. So as soon as my truck warmed up, I'll come pick you up. I'm like, warm up? You had to drive it from the party. Yeah, from the party to your house. It didn't warm up then. No, it didn't warm up. I said, look, I am not sitting out here in this cold ass parking lot waiting for you to come over here and pick me up no half hour. So I said, you know what? You go do what you got to do. I'm going home. I ain't called him back since.
So
Because
the deal with?
So my feeling is, okay, he's he appeared to be attracted to me, but he didn't act like he was attracted to me. So I'm thinking it was either he was hiding something that he didn't want me to see, or maybe he just wasn't interested.
Like what?
I don't know, but I'm not gonna sit around trying to figure him out. I got other shit I gotta figure out for myself. So then I get a text from him a week ago, out of the blue, and I haven't seen him since October, November, whatever it was. So I get a text from him, hey, send me a picture. I'm like, what? I'm like, I haven't heard from you. And you gonna ask me to send you an effing picture?
Are you kidding me?
I kid you not. And then he's like, just send me a picture. I said, I don't remember what I said now. But he's like, call me when you, I told him I was out of state. So he said, call me when you get home. Oh, fuck you.
Oh my God. See, I could,
Go
you
back.
know what? And see,
go back.
That's, which one?
Just before, yeah.
The next comment?
Yeah. He had a lady on the side. That's all. You know what, Nick? I think you're right. Because out of all the places that he took me, he never took me to his house. Lying.
Never?
He wasn't a truck driver either. Or a bus driver.
It was a whole different story if he was a truck driver. Oh my gosh. See, I don't know. Is it me, or is it just that I'm thinking that men today are not like men of yesterday?
They are not.
Do you think that it's across the board with an age group? Because see, I don't have the patience for old ass fools. I really don't.
That's why
I think I've taken care of myself long enough that I don't have to depend on a man, but I'm not gonna put up with their shit either. So do you think it's because you got young men, and I'm just gonna use Yvonne as an example, and Chris is an example, right?
Okay.
These cats have got it together. Okay. They are in marriages, in relationships. They have good jobs. They have homes. They have, they're raising their children, but here it is. These are young men. But then you got these folks that are in their late 50s and 60s that can't figure out their ass from their elbow.
Really?
So I'm not understanding where we are when we talk about men today, because see, men today come in all ages, but you got to look at the age groups as to who are the biggest idiots that are out there. And it seems to me that they're all above 50.
Actually, they're all above 60, and you not all, but I would think if you find a man in his 60s that should have his shit together, that should have know what he wants out of, because you look at these, and I'm on a dating site, so I started looking at men over 60, and they are so full of shit. This one guy, he is, he was, I mean, he was, so he hit me up, and we're talking. Now, this brother, he don't have a car. He says he's in construction, and he says that he is living in a hotel because the job that that they're on put him in, because he's from Dallas, so they put him in a hotel in Austin.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, so I know that there are a lot of construction people, and they're doing a lot of construction in Austin.
Right. They live on per diem.
They live on
A lot of times. Right.
and I don't know. So one night, I always try to take a person that's at face value. I don't know if you're lying to me or not until I see it. So so he calls me one night. Hey, I haven't heard from him in 3 days. Hey, are we still on for Sunday? I said, well, I don't recall we making any plans for Sunday. Oh, somebody at the door. I'll call you back. This man was 62 years old. Why he out here playing? I know that there are a lot of women, but damn, get your shit straight. You know, he called the wrong woman.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I'm like, so I deleted his number. So he doesn't call me, I don't call him. But that was I had to laugh. It was funny, Nick. It was funny. I was pissed.
That's why I think I'm taking a break. I can't. I've got so much on my plate with the shows, with the job. I need a break. I really honestly do. So I'm off the market for a while.
I am too. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of these assholes. And so I'm here in Vegas. I'm hanging out with my kids, with my grandkids, and I'm tired.
Yeah, I can't. And so it's like when we talk about, losing interest, I've lost interest. I've lost interest in it all. I don't have the I don't have the mental fortitude anymore to, and I'm not gonna say maybe it's not that. I'm concentrating on me, okay, and the things that I need to do, and the things that I want to do. Because I said when this pandemic kind of lightens up a little bit, I'm going to start getting back on that airplane and I'm going to start traveling because I missed that. I can't be the babysitter. I can't be the fixer-upper. I'm not going to be, somebody's doormat. I think might sound a little conceited, but I think a whole hell of a lot high for myself than I do to have to compromise and put up with someone's bullshit. So everything at this point and this point on is going to be on my terms. And if you don't like my terms, you are welcome to step away.
But
simple
Toni,
as that.
my dear cousin Toni, that has always been your motto.
True.
Has always been your.
I am.
That has always been you. It is like if you can't deal with what I'm doing, then Nick gets to step in. So it ain't nothing about you, getting, getting, thinking you have been that way. So,
But the thing is that now you have to admit, I have tried to, kind of like, I'm not going to say compromise, but I've tried to soften up in a lot of different ways when it came to, being
this last,
accepted.
this last one, I have to say, you did. You
I
really,
did.
you really went the whole nine to nurture that relationship. And because
Right.
I was like, damn, I haven't heard from Toni and I don't know how long. I call
Right.
the phone, it goes to voicemail. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on with her? I look on Facebook, there you are, laying all in his lap, taking selfies with you too. Now,
I didn't post it on Facebook.
well, wherever you pay.
I sent it to you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now you done got them all curious.
But well, y'all can't see what's on my messenger. So, but I mean, it was, and when I talked to you, it was like, are you still together? Girl, yeah, we are. And it was like, well, tell him I said, hey, I mean, we're talking months went down. And all of a sudden, girl, I'm like, oh no.
No, because you know what? Because I think that even I really wasn't even telling anybody a whole lot that was going on because
No,
even Hooter reached out to me and she was like, so how are you and so? Tell him I said hello, blah, blah, blah. And then it was like, I didn't talk to her for a minute. And so she sends me a message and she's like, Hooter, are you and so? Are y'all still together? Girl, I wrote her back. I was like, no. No. Why am I going to put up with bullshit?
exactly.
I'm not going to do it.
But you know what, Toni? Sometimes in women, I can't speak for men because I'm not a man. I don't know y'all. But sometimes it's a learning experience. Sometimes we have to go through certain things in order to realize that we're worth more than to accept something off of these men.
Well, I think that with the last one, it wasn't that, I was like just going to put up with any kind of thing. I think what it was is I was trying to be more accepting, okay, and not be so quick to pull that trigger to walk off. I was, because normally I think you guys know me. I know you know me, Yvonne. Stephanie knows me. Y'all know me, okay? I will fucking walk because I don't have time for that. I just don't. And I'm not going to give up who I am to be that pleasing to someone who really doesn't appreciate it,
Exactly.
So, I mean, I am who I am. I know how to be in a relationship. I just don't know how to be in a relationship with someone who does not care enough to try as hard as I would, and sit back and complain and complain and complain, but you don't want to do anything about it. I could be the biggest cheerleader a man could have in his life, but I'm not going to lose who I am for the sake of being in a relationship, because that's how women get stuck. That's how they get stuck. They get into this thing with this person. You take things at what you, like you say, Yvonne, at face value. You know, you go off of the things that you've talked about. You try to get to know each other. So you go with those things, right? But then after you start finding out this is not the person who he says he was or he claims to be, then it's different. It's completely different. And you start to lose interest.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes it so easy to walk away. I don't know about for everybody else, but I find it very easy because I refuse to give up who I am. I'm just not going to do it.
Well, you know, I find it really easy to just, you know, just walk away. Just don't even, don't even think, give it a second thought. You know, it didn't work for me. It didn't work, and I am not going to try to make it work. So my best bet is to just leave it alone. Because I learned a long time ago, you can't change somebody into what you want them to be.
No, you can't.
And you don't want to change into someone that they want you to be. So everybody, both parties have to be accepting of each other, of the way they are. It may be good, it may be bad, as long as it's not physical. And, you know, there can be a compromise between, you know, how's it say? It's okay to agree to disagree, but it's just, I'm finding it very easy to just say, oh, well, next.
Yeah. So Chris says women are always worried about losing who they are. If a man can make you lose who you are, then you never knew yourself. Okay, so let me rephrase this and clarify this for you, Mr. Chris. I wish you were on this show right now. The point I was trying to make is that I know who I am. I know what I will accept and what I will not accept. When I'm trying to be more to this person and who I am, or part of who I am, to make that work, it's not worth it for me. Because then I find myself chipping away at the person that I have groomed myself to be, who my parents have groomed me to be. I start chipping away from that person. And I'm not going to do that. I'm just not going to do that. I can't. Got a comment. Let me read through the comment. Comment coming in from YouTube. Let's see. I'm trying to pull it up. It says you are part of the majority. A recent Brookings Institute poll shows women initiate 84% of divorce. Then she goes on to say a large percentage of women, marriage is like landing a dream job. Then a couple of years later, demanding half ownership in the business that hired you. Family law overwhelmingly favors women. And by the way, she says, I am a woman and an attorney. Well, okay. I mean, thank you for your comment. Magnetic vortex resonance. Thank you for your comment. I hope you're enjoying the show because I've never seen you comment before. So I'm really hoping that you're enjoying the show. Make sure that you come on back anytime. You know, we're here every Wednesday night. So make sure that you come on back and join in the conversation. So we are overtime. Didn't realize it. You ready to go? Oh my gosh. So I'm hoping you guys enjoyed the show. It was interesting. Very interesting. Yvonne, of course, let us in again. And we appreciate that. Just want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in. I'm just trying to take some banners down here so we can get ready to go. To everybody who tuned in, we really appreciate your support. Make sure that you come back every Wednesday night. The show always starts at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock on the East Coast, right here on Facebook, and also broadcasting live to YouTube under the Hot Topics Talk Radio Network. What else was I going to say? Make sure that you check out some of the past shows. You can actually go directly to the to Facebook, hit videos, and every video will come up. Anything that you've missed in the past, you can watch. Also, same with YouTube. You can go back and look at them on YouTube as well. I like YouTube because you can actually broadcast it to your TV, and you can see us live in big color. So, with that being said,
picture. Oh, no, maybe not.
Thank you, Miss Jacqueline. She says, good show. I don't want to put up all the banners again, but Stephanie says, great show. Alexis, love you guys. I love you. And Chris said, y'all better be ready when I come back on the show. Y'all get off easy tonight because you didn't have to hear my mouth. You know what? Don't threaten us with a good time.
We're like,
come on.
Show us, baby. Show us.
Exactly. Exactly.
Come home. Come home.
I know it's time for him to come home.
It is.
Come home, Chris. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Tomorrow night, make sure that you tune into Truth Brothers TV with Ray Gage and Yvonne Patrick. Great show lined up tomorrow night. It's all about your belief system. Is it okay that you don't believe? And what they're talking about is believing in God, in Christ. Is it okay that you're an atheist? Is it okay to not believe? So it's gonna be a really interesting show. I'm really looking forward to sitting in the producer's chair tomorrow night, listening to that show. The show starts for Truth Brothers TV, 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 9 Central, 10 o'clock on the East Coast. Again, that's with Ray Gage and Yvonne Patrick, right here on Facebook under Truth Brothers TV. So, with that being said,
RUF.
Yeah. And what's the saying? Do you know their saying? Their slogan?
What's the
If you're not listening to the Truth Brothers, then the truth ain't in you.
Yeah.
So come on back for Truth Brothers TV tomorrow night on the Hot Topics Talk Radio Network. We will see you back here on Hot Topics Talk Radio next week on Wednesday. Have a wonderful rest of your week. I hope to see you tomorrow night on Truth Brothers TV, but if not, enjoy your weekend and please continue to wear your mask, social distance, be safe. Okay? We love you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Love you guys.
I'm trying to get out. I can't. All right, we're gone. Bye, y'all.